Talk about next is section 1.7, the basic functions. You have a copy of these functions and they're also in the book. What we're going to do is talk about how to graph a few of them on the graphing calculator. The first two are pretty straightforward. I'm going to go to the square root function. That one's a little bit harder to graph. I'm going to show you how to graph that in your graphing calculator. I'll start with that one. Okay, so I'll pull up my graphing calculator here. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit y equals 2. Y equals. If you look right here, you have the square root sign, so you're going to hit second square root x. And then just so that I have the same window again, I'm going to go from -10 to 10, just have the same window as my graph paper there. Okay, and then here's the graph of the square root function. Okay, let's go on to the next function. The next function is a cubing function. That one, again, I'm just going to show you in the graphing calculator how you put that in. You put y equals, I'm going to clear that out, and then x cubed, so you can put x raised up to the power of 3. And then we'll graph that one. Okay, so there's the cubing function. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, the next one is a cube root function. This one's a little bit more difficult to put in the graphing calculator. So I'm going to hit y equals. I'm going to clear this out. The cube root function is located underneath your math key, which is right here. So I'm going to hit math. And if you look, I'm going to circle it here. This is the cube root function. All other roots, you can actually use the next one, but we're going to use a cube root function. We're going to use number 4. And then the cube root of x, and then close my parenthesis. And then the cube root function. Okay, let's go on to the next one. The reciprocal function, that one's not too hard to put in, but let's just show you just to make sure you know how to do it. I'm going to put in 1 divided by x. And that will graph that function. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, this one is one that's a little bit more difficult to put in, so I really want to spend some time on this particular one. Okay, to put the absolute value function in, you actually have an absolute value function on your calculator. So I'm going to hit y equals 2, clear this out, and under your math key, which is right here, we're going to push math, and then we're going to go under num. If you look above here, we're going to go to num, and the way we do that is we use our right arrow key, go for num, and the very first one there says ABS. That stands for the absolute value. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter or 1, put in x, close my parenthesis, and then that graphs the absolute value function. Okay, so that concludes the basic functions for this particular handout.